expected a plot leak for Secret Wars just a few weeks after Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness came out. Cause I surely didn't. Of course, take this with a grain of salt as it's coming from 4chan, but Charles Murphy did recently tweet that Secret Wars was originally slated to come out in 2024 before COVID. But since COVID caused about 2 years of delays, if Marvel is still on the same track, it means that we won't get this project until at least 2026. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I highly doubt that this is real, because 1, it's extremely confusing in some parts, and it also has too much information like specific actors cast in different roles, actors returning who were rumored to appear in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness but are still pretty unlikely to return, and overall, the leak is just weird. For example, they say that Secret Wars will be a show, which is just ridiculous. Sure, shows have similar budgets to the shows, and technically, we do get a lot more from the shows since they're normally 6 almost hour-long episodes, but unless a Secret Wars show will set up multiple other movies, like how Infinity War and Endgame were 2 parts, I don't see Marvel Studios taking the risk with the show. But anyways, the leaker starts off by saying, Secret Wars is the start of the incursions created in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange and Clea are not in the show, but expect some major cameos that were removed from Doctor Strange 2, although you shouldn't expect them to have too much screen time. It begins with a flashback of a young Nick Fury and his grandfather having a speech about race and ideology. Mr. Snuffer's, Nick Fury's first cat, makes a cameo. The timeline then jumps to Fury in high school and at his grandfather's funeral. Nick Fury and Maria Hill are testing new technology with the new Skrull Empire and their queen, played by Emilia Clarke, from these random rifts in the universe that are swallowing worlds into other universes. Gonna jump in here real quick, because this is exactly why I said the leak was confusing. If it shows Nick Fury as a teen, but he's already working with Maria Hill, Talos, and the Skrull Queen Veronica, played by Emilia Clarke, characters that he didn't meet until he was already an adult in Captain Marvel, or in Veronic's case, won't meet until Secret Invasion, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, is this leak for Secret Invasion or Secret Wars? Neither would really make sense unless this is an alternate universe. But then why didn't they say that? Talos and Fury proposed to the Queen to send a group of Skrull agents on a mission to infiltrate these other universes to gather intel about the incursions. Some old minor characters we've seen in the past return as Skrull versions. Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket, Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist from Netflix's Marvel Universe, who probably won't be brought back in the MCU, President Ritson, again, another character that we haven't met yet and won't see until Armor Wars, and Justin Hammer, among others. This leads to the information about the collision between these two universes. America Chavez searches for her mothers in the other universes when she meets an older Tommy, Wanda's son. The two create a bond over their support for the LGBT community and attend a street protest. The families of the Illuminati in that universe do not hold Wanda responsible for her variant actions, but they do want to trap Wanda for the events that she could create in the future, being an Omega level threat after the one in the main universe died. So yes, assuming that this is true, Wanda did die at the end of Doctor Strange 2. To save her children, Wanda puts all the mutants of that world in a state of alternate memory where none of them remember what happened. Wanda's children are chased by a young Franklin Richards who kills people in the streets by turning them into bubbles, trying to catch Billy in one scene. But they're saved by Nick Fury wearing a new invisible suit and using a matter displacement weapon, as well as Talos, who copies Franklin's powers to defeat him. Now in the MCU, we haven't even been introduced to the Fantastic Four, and unless when they introduce them Franklin's already been born, throwing an evil version of Franklin Richards randomly into the show seems a little weird, especially if Nick Fury and Talos so easily kill him, because in the comics, Franklin Richards is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. America Chavez saves Wanda from Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, her last opponent on a battlefield with other defeated superheroes, and takes her to her sons, Billy and Tommy, who now seek refuge in the main universe from the Illuminati superhero families killed by the first Wanda. Tommy meets Theodore Altman, aka Hulkling, on the ship from the post-credit scene from Spider-Man Far From Home. The ship, which is called Spear, is the main colony and the new world of the Skrulls. Killian Scott plays Fizz, a young Skrull mutant, and this, interestingly enough, was reported by The Direct, so take that as you will. But this version of Fizz is a bright young man who worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the past. Janice Vell, played by Joe Dempsey, is the main villain in the war between the Kree and the Skrull, the Mad God, and the new leader of the Kree Empire. And this was also an event in the comics where, after attaining cosmic awareness, Captain Marvel is driven to madness by the vast power and his inability to control it. Now bored and insane, Captain Marvel decides to play God and quote-unquote fix the universe. He's a superhero to the Kree, but a villain to all the enemies of the Kree Empire. Wanda from the Illuminati universe meets White Vision, and America Chavez takes these Maximoffs to Earth now that she can open portals with the sling ring. There's a big laser fight in space with warships where Monica Rambeau and Janice Vell fight by throwing moons at each other, but most of it happens off camera. The final battle is an emotional one that takes place after the Mad God defeats Monica, who has the black and white photon suit for the final battle. The focus of the show is heavily on Nick Fury's journey, his last mission, and his sacrifice. Fury saves Theodore Altman and is impaled with a piece of metal from the ship when Monica's thrown through the ship's windshield by the Mad God, killing Fury. Theodore Altman's speech to his parents about race and ideology is very beautiful. He repeats the same speech Fury gave to him the first time they met, which is also the same speech from Fury's grandfather. In the end, the Skrull Queen Veranke and the Mad God unite for their son and form a new Skrull Kree empire in peace on a new world Theodore names Joseph for Fury. The sixth and final episode contains a post-credit scene in which we see for the first time the collapse of two universes and two huge white eyes in the distance of a black void. So yeah, while this doesn't sound very plausible, like I said, it wouldn't make sense unless it set up a bigger multi-movie Secret Wars crossover event. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Is the plot leak real or fake? What do you think of Secret Wars starting out as a show? And what other characters would you like to see appear in Secret Wars? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you will never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.